एक सबसे पहला प्रश्न जो आपके दिमाग में आ रहा होगा आफ्टर वॉचिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर थंबनेल कि क्या इंटरव्यू के क्वेश्चंस रिपीट होंगे जिसकी वजह से ये पर्टिकुलर सेशन लिया जा रहा है, फिर ये सेशन क्यों। इनफैक्ट मैंने पिछले एक डिस्कशन में स्टूडेंट से पूछा भी था कि शुड आई कम अप विद द लास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चंस। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सेशन है गाइस, ट्रस्ट मी। ये सेशन कहीं ना कहीं वेदर यू आर इन और आउट वाली सिचुएशन क्रिएट कर देगा। मेरी रिक्वेस्ट हर स्टूडेंट से जो कि इस पर्टिकुलर सेशन को देख रहा है, तो हो सकता है कि मैं बोलूं तब तक आप प्लीज एक पेन पैड ले लो यार। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें दिखाने वाला हूं कि देखना पैटर्न कैसे रिपीट हो रहा है, क्या क्या चीजें आप ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हो। आई एम इंदौर, रोहतक, रांची, तीनों के क्लस्टर्स को मैंने इस पर्टिकुलर सेशन में इंक्लूड किया है। डोंट मिस अ मिनट ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर सेशन, एंड तक बने रहना। और हर इंटरव्यू पैनल देखो क्या क्या क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहा है, समझ में आ जाएगी कहानी पूरी की पूरी। सो बिफोर वी स्टार्ट, मैं एक रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, सब लोग प्लीज सब्सक्राइब करो सुपरग्रैड्स यूट्यूब चैनल को, क्योंकि एक बहुत बड़ा गिव अवे चल रहा है 31 तक, इस पर्टिकुलर महीने के सारे के सारे न्यू सब्सक्राइबर्स के लिए। सो मैं आने वाली स्लाइड में वो भी बताऊंगा, सब्सक्राइब करके रखो ताकि आपका फायदा हो जाए। ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं। सबसे पहले आई एम इंदौर से शुरुआत करते हैं। एंड देखना जो चीज मैंने कही थी वो गलत है या नहीं, बिल्कुल पैटर्न को ऑब्जर्व करो और जो जो पॉइंट्स बोल रहा हूँ लिखते चले जाओ। अगर विजिबिलिटी इश्यूज है तो प्लीज मेरी वॉइस को बिल्कुल ध्यान रखना। देखिए, मैंने एक चीज कही थी कि आप लेंथ को डिसाइड नहीं कर सकते। इंदौर कभी 7-8 मिनट में इंटरव्यू खत्म कर देगा, कभी 15-16-20 मिनट में। इस बच्चे से देखो कितने क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे, 18 क्वेश्चन पूछे गए, और 18 क्वेश्चन में से इंट्रो नहीं पूछता। तो मैंने कहा कि आप लोग को सीधा इंदौर परेशानी में डाल सकता है, क्योंकि इंट्रो ना पूछना अपने आप में एक चैलेंज है। आप घुस रहे हो और कोई और क्वेश्चन आ जाए, इंट्रो नहीं है आपके सामने। ठीक है, नाउ स्ट्रेट अवे आस्क मी इफ आई हैड गिवन सीयूईटी। और देखो इस बच्चे को सीधा पूछा, तुमने सीयूईटी दिया है कि नहीं। प्लीज ऐसे क्वेश्चन आए, मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है सच बोलना जो भी है। ट्रूथ, ऑथेंटिसिटी ऑलवेज विंस एवरीवेयर, जो है सच बोलो। सेकंड क्वेश्चन, व्हाट वुड आई चूज बिटवीन एसआरसीसी एंड इंदौर। अब देखिए इधर, एसआरसीसी और इंदौर में से आपको क्या चूज करना है, करोगे। उसने बच्चे ने जरूर बोला होगा यस आई हैव गिवन सीयूईटी। अगर दोनों मिल जाते हैं तो क्या करोगे बताओ। अब नाउ ऐसी सिचुएशंस आपको परेशान कर सकती है। रोहतक वाले इंटरव्यू में आपसे अगर पूछा जाए इंदौर जाओगे रोहतक जाओगे, क्या बोलोगे। रोहतक की तारीफ से चीज स्टार्ट करना, बट ये बोलना इफ गिवन एन ऑप्शन आई गो टू इंदौर। सच बोलना, वो है। यहां तो चलो एसआरसीसी इंदौर बहुत कॉम्पिटेटिव है तो आप बोल सकते हो कि भाई अब मैं इंदौर जा रहा हूं, लेकिन वहां गलती नहीं हो सकती है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, देन द सेकंड पैनलिस्ट आस्क्ड मी व्हाट डिड आई टीच स्टूडेंट्स। उसने एनजीओ लिखा था, कि इसने क्लियर लिखा है कि वो एनजीओ में काम करता है। तो सेकंड पैनलिस्ट बोलता है कि तूने स्टूडेंट्स को क्या पढ़ाया। सो प्रोफाइल जो आपने सबमिट करी है, जो आप एसओपी बना के दे रहे हो, जो क्वेश्चंस आप लिख के दे रहे हो, उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं। देखिए आपकी रीडिंग, इसका मैंने एक चीज बोल दी थी इंपॉर्टेंट। स्टूडेंट्स हमेशा पूछते हैं यार कि ना हमसे एचआर क्वेश्चंस क्यों नहीं पूछे जा रहे, क्योंकि पहले से ही क्वेश्चंस आपसे लिखवा लिए गए, एसओपी आएगा राइट, वो आप लिख के दोगे इंदौर को, एंड दे नो एवरीथिंग अबाउट यू। लेकिन अगर क्रॉस क्वेश्चनिंग करनी पड़ी तो दे कैन डू इट ओवर देयर। इसकी वजह से काफी बार एचआर क्वेश्चन स्किप करता है इंदौर। ये होशियारी है, बहुत बड़ी होशियारी है। देन ही आस्क्ड मी हाउ वुड के लिखा है, मैंने एज इट इज कॉपी किया है पिछली बार जो स्टूडेंट्स के एक्सपीरियंस थे उससे, ताकि लर्निंग। अच्छा प्लीज नोट कर रहे हो कि पॉइंट्स की नहीं, मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है नोट करते जाओ, नहीं तो भूल जाओगे सारी चीजें। जो जो लर्निंग मिल रही है हर क्वेश्चन से, प्लीज उसको नोट करते जाओ गाइस कहीं, ताकि जब प्रिपरेशन करने बैठो तो ये नोट सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाए आप सबके लिए। Then he asked me how should K explain what is a fraction to a child. So तुम फ्रैक्शन चाइल्ड को कैसे एक्सप्लेन करोगे, एक बताओ ये वाली चीज। इंटेलिजेंट क्वेश्चन, जैसे हाउ डू एक्सप्लेन कलर ब्लू टू अ ब्लाइंड पर्सन, बहुत सिंपल। उस टाइप से चाइल्ड को फ्रैक्शन कैसे एक्सप्लेन करोगे। देन दे आस्क्ड टू टेल माय फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट्स इन ऑर्डर। देखिएगा बहुत इंटेलिजेंस है यहां पर, और वो आपको बिल्कुल समझ में आ जाएगा। देन दे आस्क्ड टेल मी योर फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट्स इन ऑर्डर। तो बच्चा क्या आंसर करता है, इकोनॉमिक्स, मैथ्स, अकाउंट्स। बच्चे का आंसर देखो क्या है, इकोनॉमिक्स, मैथ्स, अकाउंट्स। द फर्स्ट वन सेट सिंस यू मेंशन द अकाउंट एट लास्ट लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दैट। उनने उससे okay, somebody is asking me, Teshu is asking me, please speak in English, so I'll maintain that. I'll speak more in English now. So the first panelist said that since you mentioned account at last, let's start with that. So clear cut pressure building technique, guys. It's a clear cut pressure building technique. wherein they're using that particular subject where you're not comfortable in. That clearly showcases. Then he asked me about current ratio and quick ratio. So you can clearly see the subject that was mentioned at last, वहां से question चालू, the questions were actually asked from that particular subject then, right? Which of these will be smaller and why? उसके बाद वो it was a subsequent question. Sorry, Teshu, actually, Hindi is on my tongue, so sometimes it turns up, but I'll try to speak majority of the things in English. That will solve you a lot of issues. ठीक है. Which of these will be smaller and why? Asked about inventory turnover ratio, whether it should be high or low and why. So they are deep diving. They're deep diving. See, so they do not actually just ask the question. They'll counter ask one more question. They'll actually deep dive into whatever has been asked. This is the pattern. So I just want you to jot down these learnings so that whenever you're preparing, this should be in your on your top of your mind. I hope I'm making sense over here. Next question. He said in which case it should be high if a person is selling pencil or a TV. Grilled a lot on this ratio. See, so if a ratio is asked, they will actually, whatever I told you in last section, and it's a clear evidence over here that they deep dive. They are going to actually understand whether you know it or not. Or you're just be fooling them. Or you know it peripherally. Or do you have a partial knowledge? On all those grounds, they're actually asking the questions, guys. Next question. Then the other panelists asked me current account deficit and fiscal deficit. Then moving to some other topic. Then the first panelist gave me a question on probability and grilled a little on that as well. Then the second panelist asked me to draw some graphs. As I told you, Indore is very, very proactive in making you draw the graphs. So graphs are being asked. Okay. Then he shifted to GK, asked me about vice president. So certainly some GK questions are also there. But you can clearly see from this particular interview transcript that majority of the questions are from academics. Majority. And some pressure. And you can clearly also see that they're building the pressure on the guy. As I told you in last interview, Indore will build the pressure. So whatever I'm saying right now, usko please jot down karo. It's my humble request to each and every one to please jot down these points. These are the learnings from this particular interview that are going to be really, really helpful when you are actually going to prepare for these interviews, right? Then he shifted to GK, asked me about the vice president, then asked about ex-vice president as well, and then the one before him. So I think this is the practice of IIM Indore. They don't leave a question, they won't be asking a single question. They'll always ask it's part A, it's part B, part C, part D, everything. I hope I'm making sense over here, right? Then asked about ex-vice president, and then the one before him, I could only answer Venkaiah Naidu. I could not answer anything else apart from him. Then he asked me a number of questions on cabinet ministers and politics, like which portfolios were changed and which portfolios were given to TDP. So let me tell you this: politics, cabinet ministers, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha is always one of the favorite picks. As I told you, politics is one of the favorite picks. So you need to learn the things around it. And they're going somewhere around TDP as well. Next, ask me about current and previous education minister as well. So list of ministers you need to browse perfectly. Whatever I'm telling you right now, just give me heads up, guys. Right now, I need a heads up from you. Are you jotting down the points that I'm telling you? The learnings from this particular interview. Sabne likhi ki nahi? Are you making notes on this? Please tell us in the top chat. Guys, please. I'm waiting. I'll wait for your responses. Tell me yes that you are actually jotting down the points or not. Whatever I'm telling. That's not come live. Yes, Sanvi, you have to keep graphs with you. No, you're not supposed to keep the graphs with you. You need to practice the graphs. So graphs particularly, okay, thank you, Jyoti. Thank you, Shyam. Thank you, Thesu. Okay, but perhaps mostly today itself they're going to come this way, you're right. Okay, we'll be coming up with an update at point of time. But please make notes of these points, guys. Please request. I just want that यार आप सब लोग जो मुझे देखते हो ना उनका selection हो जाए बस. That's the only ultimate objective I have in my mind. And if you're actually going through this, certainly it's going to be boost a lot of marks. It's going to boost a lot of marks. Okay. So second, just observe this one also. Two panelists, both male. Panel one, Panelist one, sorry. He was there for grilling part. So, this guy actually knows what exactly that particular fellow is for there. So I also told you that, ki they are going to actually build the pressure on you guys. And that's quite evident and seen from these set of interviews that I've taken from last year. अब श्याम बोल रहे हैं हिंदी में बात करो, थेसू बोल रहे हैं इंग्लिश में बात करो, कहाँ जाऊं मैं बताओ. So let me guys, एक मेरी रिक्वेस्ट रहेगी आप सबसे. आफ्टर दिस पर्टिकुलर लाइव आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू, kindly give me an opinion. First, Hindi. Second, should I use more of Hindi? Should I use more of English? Or I use English? If I'm using English, should I use more of English or Hindi? Please, guys, this is my request. I want this in comment section from tomorrow. I want this in comment section from today itself, so that I can evaluate and keep my next coming sessions in Hindi or English. So love yourself ID 9 is asking me, please talk in English. So I guess let us have a conversation in English. I'll use more English and less Hindi. But yes, so I want an opinion from you all. Okay. I said life is good, sir. I feel great here, even in this gloomy weather. So देखिए, just see how they are putting up the pressure. You are fine even in this gloomy weather. How would you respond to it? I won't say the weather is gloomy, sir. It is pretty nice. So it was a response, and I think good response being given by the candidate. Okay, so what subject are you comfortable with? See, he says economics, and the next question is and he says accountancy, and then okay, leave it. Tell me, what should I ask you in economics? You ask anything you feel relevant, sir. Don't leave it on me. We can start with demand curve, sir. Okay. So wasn't it a very, very interesting conversation? And it starts with an academics. It doesn't start with introduction. It starts with how do you exactly feel right now? Now, let's understand. Make demand curve on sheet of paper in front of you. All right? So, unlike the previous candidate who wasn't given the choice, this fellow was given the choice. And when this particular fellow was given the choice, he was actually asked to make a demand curve on the sheet of paper in front of you. I made and showed it to him. Now, after that, make graph of y is equal to 1 by x. It starts with an easy one. It starts with one very easy one, right? Then I made it, but it was wrong. So he asked me, what is the easiest method to make graph? I said for me, it is by putting values. You have next 1 minute to make it correctly. So this is a pressure building tactic. Anything that you're not getting, please ask guys. यार रोहतक की रिजल्ट आएगी, आ जाएगी उस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे देखेंगे. अब भी यहाँ पे फोकस करो. You are in this particular session. Are you making notes or not? Hit the like button. बहुत मेहनत करी मैंने यहाँ पे. और सब्सक्राइब बटन, क्योंकि बहुत बड़ा गिव अवे है, बहुत बड़ा गिव अवे जो आपको हम देने वाले हैं. राइट? चलो. Is it the cost price or the okay? I gave it 3 to 5 seconds, then made the correct graph. So he said, okay, it's correct. Is it the cost price or the selling price? It is the selling price, sir. But if the company buys it, then it will be part of the cost. So how come selling price? Yes, sir. In a company's perspective, it is cost price only. So how selling price? From the consumer's point of view, it is. So they'll grill you, they'll confuse you, they will try to build pressure on you. Only thing, you need to stay calm, composed, logical, and do not give up in between. That's the only advice. Just the answer is not actually they want to know how your previous academics only. They also want to know, do you remain calm and composed in a situation? You do not overtly react. They also want to know how do you handle tough situations? How do you handle tough talks between two people? So I think this is going to be really helpful for every student. From the consumer's point of view, don't talk about perspective here. Just tell me it is CP or selling price. It can be only one at a time. It cannot be both together. Okay. I think यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आया, ठीक है, कि pressure build कैसे किया जाता है. इसके आगे और continue हुआ है. So this student was being grilled continuously till last. Sir, it will be selling price. Explain to me how. सो पहले तो सीपी बोल रहा था तो वो मान नहीं रहा था, फिर वो सेलिंग प्राइस बोलता है तो बोलता है बताओ हाउ. So that is the difference, right? Sir, from the Acha, do you know about B2B and B2C? Yes, sir. What is that? I explained. Good. So now tell, is it CP or SP? On one particular topic, he's continuously asking questions, back-to-back questions, just to understand how is he handling this particular question, like situation. Next, I understood he wanted to know from business point of view. For B2B, if company buys it, it is CP, and for B2C, it is SP. What is the difference between customer and consumer? Consumer purchases the product for personal consumption within a year, while customer takes it as a raw material. Can the customer not consume it in 1 year? He can, sir. Then tell with context to B2B and B2C. Okay, नीचे वाला मुझे क्वेश्चन थोड़ा दिख नहीं रहा. ठीक है, तो मैं इसको अवॉइड कर रहा हूँ. So you can see that it has been a conversation that was built from this particular question somewhere demand curves के बाद से, and ये यहाँ तक चला आ रहा है. So that kind of conversation you can have. And plus, please pray to God that you should not have this kind of conversation as well. It will consume a lot of efforts, and you will believe that क्या हो रहा है यार ये. Now, panelist 2 now turns up. Panelist 2 अब तक आपकी body language को observe कर रहा है. How you are exactly behaving. Now, panelist 2, he was looking at his laptop, but as I was speaking and looking at him, after 2-3 times of him looking at me hastily, he put aside his laptop. You're from? Then he asks. He says, Bhopal. I'm from Bhopal. Okay. Who was the first CM of MP? Just look into the question flow types, guys. Who was the first CM of MP? I don't remember, sir. Okay. Who is the current CM then? He says, Mr. Mohan Yadav. Who was before that? So, as I told you, IIM Indore won't ask a single question. They will ask subsequent question related to one particular topic. And it was observed in the previous set of interview and this as well. He says, Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Before that, once again he asks, before that, sir, he was only there. Okay, tell me the person before him. I don't know, sir, sorry. Who is the PM? Narendra Modi. Who was before him? I blanked out. So after 5 seconds, I said, sir, I'm so sorry, I'm missing the name of all of a sudden. So why was he blanked out? Why did he miss the names all of a sudden? He was knowing कि नरेंद्र मोदी के पहले कौन सा प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, आप रिकॉल कर सकते थे, right? It wasn't that hard or harsh, but because the pressure was being built, so at that point of time it happens. It does happen. But if you're staying calm, composed, and everything, you know that they're going to build it. Then you will be in a different situation altogether. All right. Please make notes, guys. किस तरीके से चल रहा है. Third student. Interesting. मैंने कोशिश करी है कि ऐसे students को लूं जो different रहे. ठीक है. Okay, I'm going to speak in English. I forgot that. Okay. Ask for the ID. So I think he asked for the ID. Why didn't you kept the ID in your hand? So this fellow actually did not go with his ID. So उसको शुरुआत में ग्रिलिंग कर दी. ठीक है कि ID क्यों नहीं रखी. No intro. Are you a fresher or a dropper? He said dropper. Why drop? Why drop? Why such a big risk? Second. Subsequent question. What you did in this 1 year? Third question. Only on one point. You can clearly see they don't ask a single question. They have the tendency of, deep diving, as I was telling you in my previous session, right? चाहे वो HR का क्वेश्चन था, चाहे वो GK का क्वेश्चन था, चाहे वो academics का क्वेश्चन था, और वो प्रेशर बिल्ड कर रहे हैं. And right from minute number 1, it's clearly observed, guys. I do not know whether someone from them is watching it and they may change the flow this particular year. But yes, I think so we are just preparing for that particular interview. So I think that's going to be really helpful for you guys, right? Now, what will you do if you don't get any college this year? Said I have applied for other colleges, IPMAT and COET. Do you think IIM Jammu is better than average DU college? Then once again, why did this conversation go to IIM Jammu? I'm not getting it. Perhaps because, why do you think so? Said IIM Jammu first batch has also not graduated, and who will go to Jammu? So to that particular extent, they're going. Can you believe this? Panelist 2, what is depreciation? Now coming directly to a catch. Depreciation practical use batao. The next question. Tell items which we don't depreciate but get benefits. Third question. Depreciation is the topic, guys, and they are going one on one on it. What is the effect of inflation in savings? Difference between CPI and WPI. How central bank controls money supply. Who is the governor of RBI? Why he was appointed again as a governor. So, governor of RBI, उसको फिर से appoint क्यों कर दिया भैया बताओ. Now, once again, panelist 1 now turns up. Draw demand and supply graph. Which function of mathematics do it represent? Draw graph of x square is equal to y square. So, graphs पूछे जा रहे हैं, economics के graphs बनवाए जा रहे हैं, reasons पूछे जा रहे हैं. So, they're actually asking you to make graphs related to economics, related to mathematics, and a clear-cut observation from last three interviews that we went through right now, that they are putting pressure. They are observing your body language. How do you treat an interview? It's a clear-cut observation over here. Continue. So this is going on still, guys. So they say that majority of the interviews wind up in 10 minutes. But do you think this interview could have winded in 10 minutes? I don't think so. A lot of questions being asked, one on one. And I think the speed is also very, very high. Gave a set 0, 1 by n is an integer till infinity. What will be its union and intersection? Not able to answer the intersection one. What will happen if 0 is in the closed interval? Then once again panel 2 turns in. And he asks, Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, why was he in news? Yoga Day. Where are PM celebrated yoga today? Where are PM celebrated yoga day? Panelist 1, why you are smiling so much? I said I have a jolly nature. So this, and I think few more questions were actually given that I could not actually add in this particular interview. All right, now let's move ahead. And let me tell you, this is the giveaway, guys. You need to subscribe Supergrads YouTube channel right now. What you're supposed to do, just subscribe Supergrads YouTube channel, then take the screenshot of it, and one Google form, jiski link we have already put in the live chat right now. You just need to fill that. Then we are going to provide you one cheat sheet. The ultimate cheat sheet. Trust me, it's one of the best cheat sheets for your quant made by my content team. And this cheat sheet is going to be really, really, really helpful for you all. Right? So do it right now. Do it right now. And fill this particular form. Or after this particular session, you can do it right. Right, guys? Chalo. Ab aage badhte hain. Fourth. So it starts from where are you from? So at least, not introduction, he at least asked this fellow, where are you from? So do you know about the longest living tortoise? It goes somewhere else. Perhaps he read it in the newspaper that particular day, this particular interviewer. Okay? So उस दिन का न्यूज़पेपर जरूर पढ़ के जाना, उस हफ्ते का न्यूज़पेपर जरूर पढ़ के जाना, उस टाइम की न्यूज़ से कुछ भी आ सकता है. It was present in Alipur Zoo, Kolkata. How many years does a tortoise live? How many years does a dog live? Coming from nowhere, right? Then, do you believe in reincarnation? Coming from nowhere once again. Okay, what are your subjects? Then, why did you take applied mathematics? Then, if a plus b is equal to 10, a minus b is equal to 10, then value of a and b is first question. If a plus b is equal to 10, a multiplied by b is equal to 10, then the two numbers are, okay? Then suddenly jumps to economics. What are inferior goods? And this question we had asked umpteen number of times last year in our mock interviews. So Admit Your batch is already on, guys. If you haven't yet registered for Admit Your batch, toprankers.com is the only one site destination for you all, right? Now, what is inflation? Relation between inflation and employment. So can you just see the type of questions being asked? And I think this particular fellow is from Kolkata, because the questions that are coming is, who is the governor of West Bengal? So whatever you mention, the demography related to your region, the place you're from, you should know each and everything about it. So I always suggest कि Wikipedia पे जरूर पढ़ के जाओ. अपनी state का, अपनी city का, अपने आसपास के neighboring states का, उनके CM जरूर check करके जाओ. That's always my suggestion to you all. Very soon, student trader ID से आ रहा है. So already have had an instruction, we'll be coming up with the live videos also, student. All right. Now, who is the CM of West Bengal? Is there any other Banerjee present? CM is Mamata Banerjee, तो एक next question आ रहा है. Is there any other Banerjee present? Where does the CM live in West Bengal? So, if you ask me about MP, I can tell you that, but I do not know about West Bengal. This student is from West Bengal. That's why being asked. What subject shall I ask you now? Then, thank you. Are you satisfied with your performance? He says yes. Rate your interview from in a scale of 5. Then he says 3. Moderate rating. He could have said 3.5 or something. That would have been my suggestion. Okay. Now I am Indore. Introduction. Now, many of you believe that they are not starting from introduction, but we have one case where they're actually starting with an introduction. देखिए, so it varies. Many of you believed अभी तक there was no extempore. I saw certain interviews जिसमें extempore हैं. Now, 2 cross questions regarding intro. Panelist 1, extempore. So this was the one. Excellence is not an act but a habit. The topic that was given was abstract. Excellence is not an act but a habit. Went bad, but when asked about it, I give witty replies respectfully, to which both of them laughed and ma'am said, that makes sense. What sports are you interested in? I named 2, asked from 1. Who was the vice captain of Indian cricket team? So he may have said cricket. Uske wajah se subsequent question is related to cricket only. Who was the vice captain of Indian cricket team in T20 World Cup? So I think it was in news last year immensely. This year, Champions Trophy, right, guys? Now, who was the player of the tournament in T20 World Cup 2024? IPL will be in limelight, guys. Who is the member of parliament of Bhopal? So perhaps this particular fellow is from Bhopal. That's why, they have actually asked the questions related to Bhopal now. Did he, MP, hold any office before this? He was the mayor. Okay. Who is currently mayor of Bhopal? So he said mayor. Subsequently, they are asking questions related to mayor. That is the thing, guys. Whatever you are going to speak, they may come up with a subsequent question on that particular thing. That's also an observation. Name the Chief Justice of India, current Lok Sabha Speaker. Name one female Lok Sabha Speaker. So all these questions were asked in last year mock interviews from our side also. Panelist 2. Who studied PCM? You studied PCM, right? Are you comfortable with mathematics? Favorite concept or chapter? I said calculus. Ask me another one. I said relations and functions. Now, he gave the graphs to him to draw, right? The mode of x plus 5, entire mode, correct? And then he asked mode of x plus 5 plus mode of x plus 3. Then he was given x plus 5, mode of plus 3 plus mode of x minus 3. Shape of graph of ax square plus bx plus c. You can see graphs can go to any, to any point. They are asking any kind of graphs. Okay. So graph is one thing that they'll make you draw. Do the practice of that particular thing, guys. Okay. Now, can A, B, C take all values? Set A cannot be 0. What happens to the graph when A is greater than 0 and D is less than 0? Draw it. Okay. Can you solve questions from PNC? How many numbers between 1000 and 8000 are divisible by 5? That's it. I thanked them. They said it was a great talking with me, exchanged smiles, and I left. I think I'm satisfied with my performance, but there are few moments during which I think he has stated that, he could not perform well as well. This was the IIM Indore thing, guys. Now, is IIM Rohtak same? Is IIM Rohtak same? Let's look into the next slide. Now, IIM Rohtak पूरी तरीके से बदलेगा. It is not going to be a similar interview, guys. I think you have jotted down the important points from IIM Indore. मैंने 5 panelists के interviews निकाले. Now IIM Rohtak. Jot down. Next page खोलो अपने notepad का. So turn the page now, and now it is the learning from IIM Rohtak. IIM Indore already we have jotted down. Now IIM Rohtak. What is the maximum speed you have bowled? They saw my cricket certificate. I do not know whether introduction was asked or not because this fellow has not stated. So I do not know. Okay, now next. What is the grip for outswing, in swing? I mentioned I was a fast bowler. So perhaps this is coming from a question that is related to hobby. He may have mentioned it somewhere, or usse aa raha hai कि he loves to play cricket and all. So they're somewhere, trying to connect this with that. Physics based on swing. Next question, physics based on swing. They did not ask very harsh question, but what is the physics based on swing? Why does ball swing? Right. How to ball knuckle down? Okay. So perhaps all these four questions related to the hobby. Position of China in world economy. They saw my Chinese Mandarin certificate. So till now related to profile. Difference between electric and magnetic dipole. Now coming to academics and very direct question. Very, very direct question. Difference between electric and magnetic dipole. Draw field lines for a dipole. What is the angle between electric lines? Leave a particle. Electronic configuration of bromine and sodium. Difference between isotopes and isomerism. They said you communicate well, have good sports skills. If you want to learn business or have a startup, why don't you do it right away? You don't need IIM for that. So basically, in a different way, they wanted to ask why IPM if you're good at sports. So this can really ruin your stuff. So if you are actually showcasing some other thing, you're better in some other thing. So a lot of students tell us that, I love chess and everything. We tell them that, but management should be priority over chess. You cannot keep chess priority over management or cricket over management as clearly seen in this particular interview. Right, guys? Let's look into one more interview. Introduce yourself in 30 seconds. So it starts with an introduction. They ask nothing about me further, neither about my state, nor about my achievements, neither my interest areas. What makes the cricket ball swing? Then I think this got repeated from the previous interview, perhaps the same panel, right? Then graph of x square minus 4. Then an extempore is being given, privatization of universities. Okay. Then they themselves change to use of AI in sports. So they themselves change the topic also in the extempore. Use of artificial intelligence in sports. This also happens, guys. This also happens. Be prepared for this part also. They give you a topic, then they change it. So you need to be very poised and calm. It happens many times. No, don't speak on this. Speak on this. What is general election? I went a bit wrong, so they hinted and corrected me as well. So don't you think the pressure that is being built over here is much lesser than the IIM Indore's interview? Questions are also not repeating enough. They are also not asking, they're not deep diving too much. Okay, let's look into, next set of interviews also you'll be able to make out from it. Okay. I went a bit wrong. So chemistry ka ek question yaad nahi aa raha. I said I don't know. So they started laughing and said, this is basic, come on, right? Suppose you go unselected, what will you do then? So what if we reject you? If I tell you. So they are asking HR questions in between. They are asking HR questions, unlike IIM Indore, who is very, very rigid in asking questions. But yeah, they deep dive in your personality in different way. They put pressure on you, and thus they want to know how you outshine when pressure is being built. I hope I'm making sense, guys. Right? Now, Rohtak. Once again, so introduction is mostly asked. Introduction. Ask for certificates also. So they are watching your certificates also. This is one thing which clearly evident from last two interviews. Then, if you had to depict climate change in a photo, how should you frame it? I stated that I was interested in nature photography in introduction. So one question related to introduction asked over here, right? Extempore usually asked. Please write it down. Usually extempore is asked on benefits and disadvantages of globalization. And it can swing from one arena to another. There देखो benefits and disadvantages of globalization पूछा, इससे पूछा privatization of universities, फिर change कर दिया use of AI in sports. ठीक है, so जो चीज अभी चल रही है, they are keeping focus over there mostly, right? They're keeping focus on what is going on in trend mostly, right? Ask about drop year, okay? So why drop is a question that's usually being asked. Why do you want to waste 1 year when you're doing BBA at Christ? So this fellow may be doing BBA from Christ University, but clear cut question asked. So if you're actually studying somewhere, they may ask you, why do you want to waste your year? Right? Be prepared for that kind of a question. Favorite subjects at college? Then he may have said something and उससे related, favorite से related question पूछा गया. Unlike IIM Indore, जो least का पहले पूछ रहा है. What is capital budgeting? What is capital structure? Have learned about CAPM? What is NPV? What is cost of capital? What is weightage average cost of capital and its formula? Examples of GST. GST slabs. So economy, as I told you, is a favorite topic usually being asked. Budget, usually being asked. Okay. One example of commodity or service under each slab, GST ka. Why is alcohol for human consumption exempted from GST? Why is alcohol harmful for human consumption? होना चाहिए था इधर. If I book a hotel room, would it be charged 18% or would it change according to price? Oh, sorry. Would it change according to price? Okay. Then fourth one, ask for introduction once again. Ask me to explain every extracurricular certificate of mine in few words. So, certificates over here are playing huge role. This is a learning from all the 4 interviews. So they may ask questions related to your certifications. Guys, please be aware if you're going for an IIM Rohtak interview. Then exemplary climate change. Favorite subject economics. Who is the father of economics? He said Adam Smith. Which popular book did he write? Okay. Name any 5 popular economists. Distinguish between Adam Smith's and Karl Marx's definitions of economics. What is the equation of line? Explain AX, BY, C each mean in this equation. So I think, the meaning of A, X, B, and Y and C, what do they mean in the equation of line? Why do we need an equation to define a line? Very, very basic question. But yeah, I think many of you may not be knowing the application-based question. So this is an application-based question. Why do we need an equation? So I think somebody's asking me, I think Shriram is asking me, sir, is IIM Rohtak interview online or offline? So guys, usually they mention in their, admission policy, it can be online or offline. But जो date दी हुई है ना इस बार important dates में, उन्होंने वहां पर online लिख लिया है. वो गलती से हुआ है या actual में लिखना चाह रहे थे, even we do not know. It can be offline still, Shriram, because हो सकता है it can be a typographical error or a clerical error from their end. So let's wait for IIM Rohtak first round of results. Then we'll be in a better position to answer this particular question, right? It may or may not be online. Okay. Who is the CM of West Bengal? Then Governor of Maharashtra, since I am from Maharashtra. C. Okay. Number of seats in Legislative Assembly of Maharashtra. How many seats required to win a majority? So demographic related questions again. Must read about your state. Wikipedia page पूरा पढ़ के जाओ. Must read about your. अच्छा Wikipedia में बहुत सारे लोग बोलेंगे कि सर information काफी गलत दी हुई होती है. मुझे इतनी कंप्रिहेंसिव इन्फॉर्मेशन अगर आपके पास कोई और सोर्स है तो वहां से भी पढ़ के जा सकते हो. विकिपीडिया में कुछ पोर्शन गलत जरूर दिया होता है. आई कंप्लीटली अग्री. बट I would always suggest, it's immensely comprehensive and I cannot find anything else. Or you can watch some videos about your state. That can also be helpful, guys. That can really be helpful for you, right? No. I am Rohtak, 5th. Ask for introduction. Ask the reason for huge difference in marks of 10th and 12th. So they are watching your mark sheets. They are watching your certifications. Extempore. Pros and cons of ChatGPT. 3 minutes. 3 minutes का extempore दिया guys इसको. देखो. Favorite subject इसने बोला physics. Asked to explain the theory of relativity. Asked to oppose it theory. Asked about the string theory of universe. So I think they are also asking, relative questions, 1, 2, 3. But they are not deep diving like the way IIM Indore was doing. But they are asking, subsequent questions. Asked about string theory of universe, 2 minutes. Asked who proposed this string theory. Gave me an IR circuit and asked the net resistance. It took me 5 minutes to solve and explain them completely, like the faculty kept cross-questioning. So they are also cross-questioning if usually in 1 or 2 questions, not in every question. Hit the like button, guys. मेहनत काफी हुई है ना, राइट? इस पीपीटी में तो लाइक बटन तो बनता है. और साथ साथ अगर सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो सब्सक्राइब भी करिए, क्योंकि एक गिव अवे भी बड़ा मिलने वाला है उस पे, राइट? नाउ give me a question from limits and derivatives. Took 2 minutes to solve and explain. Ask me about the number of constituencies in Maharashtra. Ask me the total number of constituencies as well. Ask me about the party leading the number of constituencies. So Maharashtra पे काफी ग्रिलिंग हुई है इस बच्चे की. देखो guys, क्योंकि वो महाराष्ट्र से, quite evident he's from Maharashtra, so a lot of questions being asked of Maharashtra. ठीक है? Now, ask me the number of constituencies led by different parties. Now, let's move ahead. And I'm Ranchi. So I'm Rohtak is done, guys. Now, page palto. I think learning's written. Yes, give me heads up. Yes. Everyone, guys. Yes, all the learning's written. या इस सेशन को रिविजिट करोगे और देखोगे, राइट? Okay, guys. So no pain and no gain is telling me that I am Rohtak result is out. So I'll just inform my team. Just give me 1 second, guys. Okay. थैंक यू आई थिंक नो पेन नो गेन से आ रहा है मैंने अपनी टीम को कनेक्ट को लिख लिया लेट्स सी हाउ लेट्स फिनिश इट ऑफ वेरी सून दिस पर्टिकुलर सेशन देन ठीक है रांची asked me if I was hungry as it was lunch time and offered me cake. So Ranchi starts very differently, guys. बहुत अलग तरीके से. Asked me if I was comfortable with economics. Value of current repo rate. What is opposite of repo rate? Definition of reverse repo rate and its value. Why reverse repo rate is less than repo rate? Why is repo rate used? Then he comes to introduction. So शायद interview यहाँ पे start हुआ. Interrupted in between. In the introduction. Interrupted in between. Why wasted your scholarship on a watch? Said I was a solid reason और impress हो गए. History of Dhuadhar Falls. History of Rani Lakshmabai with Dhuadhar Falls in Jabalpur. History of Rani Durgavati. So perhaps he may be having the linkages with that particular city जहां पे वो कर रहे हैं इसलिए जा रहा है. रानी अहिल्याबाई belongs to which dynasty? I was answering और कहीं ना कहीं history बोला होगा उसने इसकी वजह से जा रहा है. ठीक है. Rani Ahilabai belongs to which dynasty? I was answering and they saw the watch and I was wearing and asked me if it was the same watch. What is refraction, deflection and diffraction? So diffraction नहीं पता था. What is a director? I think ये क्वेश्चन शायद गलत बता रहा है बच्चा. Who is an independent director? अच्छा नहीं नहीं सही. डायरेक्टर क्या होता है? Independent director क्या होता है? What role do you think director performs in a company? What is monopoly with example? So this question was usually asked in our जितने भी हैं ये easy जा रहा है काफी question. Do you think is railway actually a monopoly? What do you accept? What do you do accept academics? What is alliteration and what it is called in Hindi? हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं इसको एलिट्रेशन को एनीवन गाइस इज इट एडल्ट्रेशन ही हुआ ना लिटरेशन का मतलब राइट कि कुछ और है मुझे बताओ वेन डायग्राम ऑफ डिजायर वांट एंड नीड विथ एन इसके आगे का क्वेश्चन में कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाया विथ एन आई थिंक नहीं किया है लेकिन वो नीचे दिखेगा वेन डायग्राम डिजायर नीड का वेन डायग्राम मांगा है ओके आई थिंक आंसर रिजल्ट नहीं आया है सिद्धार्थ इज कंफर्मिंग कि आंसर नहीं आया थैंक यू सिद्धार्थ आई थिंक प्लीज गाइस यार ये फ्लो को मत तोड़ा करो इस तरीके से काफी सारी लर्निंग्स मिल रही थी और आप एक झूठी खबर फैलाकर पूरी लर्निंग्स को खत्म कर सकते हो राइट मेनी ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स हु आर एक्चुअली गेनिंग फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर सेशन कुड हैव गॉन राइट नाउ पूरी तरीके से जा चुके होते हैं यू वुड हैव एक्सपेक्टेड कि मैं भी जाता सेशन छोड़कर बट आई थॉट कि नहीं लेट अगर है भी रिजल्ट तो टीम को देखने दिया जाए ऑलराइट Now, Ranchi, देखिए, it usually starts with an introduction. फिर से, I mentioned that I'm a national level speed cuber and I like watching films. Speed cuber, कुछ specific उसकी hobby है. What films did you watch recently? पूछा उससे. Tell me about लापता ladies. Can you believe this, guys? It's an interaction. They want to know this guy, right? Critically review the film. एक के बाद एक क्वेश्चन. अगर मूवीज देखना पसंद है तो रिव्यू भी करो अब भाई देन उसने आंसर बताया अपने मैं उसको नहीं रीड करने वाला हूं रिव्यू सम अदर फिल्म एज ए क्रिटिक वहां पे कहानी खत्म नहीं हो रही फिर एनिमल मूवी को उसने रिव्यू किया है बच्चे ने देखिए रांची जानना चाह रहा है आपके बारे में एज आई टोल्ड यू इन द प्रीवियस सेशन को डिफरेंसेस वाले सेशन में देन व्हाई डू यू हैव गैप ईयर्स इट्स आई थिंक इट्स अ फेवरेट क्वेश्चन ड्रॉप ईयर गैप ईयर को प्रिपेयर करके जाओ गाइस डिफरेंसेस बिटवीन परसेंटेजेस को प्रिपेयर करके जाओ स्ट्रांगली प्रिपेयर करके आ जाओ ठीक है व्हाई डिड यू नॉट अप्लाई टू दीज कॉलेजेस इन द यूएस अगेन दिस ईयर ठीक है तो उस बच्चे ने ये बोला मैंने सेट दिया ये दिया फिर एक सब्सिक्वेंट क्वेश्चन अभी तक बाकी चीजें चालू नहीं हुई बच्चे के बारे में बातें चल रही हैं सो मोस्टली एचआर क्वेश्चंस टिल नाउ एचआर क्वेश्चंस आर गोइंग ऑन नाउ व्हाट आर योर फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट्स इन हाई स्कूल नाउ फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट्स why are you 12th marks lower than 12th as I told you gap between the two classes then y is equal to x square plus y plus x plus 1 y is equal to 0 find x एक क्वेश्चन दे दिया है उसको okay they are complex give me their values okay what is your personal record on 3 cross 3 cross 3 so I gave them the values in complex number format I showed them my cubes 3 cross 3 cross 3 and pyramids तो वो जो बोल रहा है उसके बारे में who created the pyramids then When did you learn solving this? Referring to pyramids, he said, good luck for your next cubing tournaments. Perhaps because he was a, he was a speed cuber. That's why these questions actually turned up to him. जो आखिरी के थे. Right? So they want to know about your hobbies. As I'm being telling you again and again, I am Ranchi deep dives in the type of person you are. Unlike I am Rohtak, who did not do it. Unlike I am Indore, जो academics में बहुत कोर गया और जहां पे भी जा रहा था बहुत deep dive कर रहा था. I am Ranchi. Next, greetings. Everything was like a conversation. As I told you, it's going to be a conversation in I am Ranchi. It is going to be a conversation. More like a conversation than judging you. They said, we are waiting for you from so long. Why IPM? First question. So it's a HR question. You did your 12th in which year? Partial drop or full year drop? Indore या Ranchi? If you get call from Indore. As I already told you guys, ये question पूछा जाता है. मैंने पहले जैसे ही मैंने स्टार्ट किया था सेशन तब ये क्वेश्चन उठाया भी था रोहतक के. आई थिंक इंदौर जब हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे. You're from which stream? Then he or she said PCM. Then next question was inertia of motion क्या होता है? Then cross question like if I roll a ball, it stops itself after some time, even if I don't apply an external force. Why? Right? Intelligent question then. ये उसने बोला intelligent question पूछ लिया. विक्रांत, I think you should keep everything continuously. मतलब ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि एक चीज पे फोकस करो. फोकस सब पे होना चाहिए एक साथ, right? Sunita is saying IPMAT Indore results are out. Kindly guys, please give me a confirmation. Please give me a confirmation. Please. All right. Lenses in your spectacles, prism and how light ray passes through it. Which phenomenon? Draw a diagram. You are from Bihar, so tell me something about Bihar. Famous cuisine of Bihar. Why interview at Mumbai when Ranchi is closer? States from Bihar to Maharashtra, then you crossed while coming. 5 cities from South India, from North India. Have you studied maths? What in maths? Trigno, I said yes. Then in sine theta, probability of getting ahead. So, they are asking questions related to academics as well. Strongly, they are asking questions. Certificates, extracurricular activities, done greetings exchange. They're looking into each everything. What do you do in the drop year? Why IPM from science? Do you know about induction current? See, explain with data. What do you mean by mean, median, and mode? If you have to select one out of Sachin Tendulkar and Saurabh Ganguly, whom do you choose considering mathematical calculations? Standard deviation inference. एक बार इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो guys. चलो जल्दी से ताकि एक बार इवेल्युएट खुद भी कर लो और इसको भी. इंट्रोडक्शन. What was the business idea you worked on during EDII? So अपने चीज के बारे में बताया होगा. टीम वर्क इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है क्रिकेट एंड ट्रैकिंग में? फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट क्या है? इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ लॉग एक्स. देखिए कुछ इंटरव्यूज बहुत जल्दी भी खत्म हो रहे हैं, वाइंड अप हो रहे हैं, राइट? सो आई थिंक इट वाज अ क्लियर कट मैसेज फ्रॉम आया है. ये क्लियर कट मैसेज आया है, मतलब कि आई एम रांची इंदौर इसके इंटरव्यूज कैसे डिफर करते हैं. विजिट दिस सेशन अगेन. मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा आप सबसे, विजिट दिस सेशन अगेन. सब्सक्राइब सुपरग्रैट्स यूट्यूब चैनल बिकॉज यू गेटिंग अ गिव अवे राइट नाउ. एंड सब्सक्राइब टेलीग्राम चैनल ऑल्सो. उस पर खूब सारे इंटरव्यू ट्रांसक्रिप्ट्स भी जा रहे हैं. आई एम राहुल वासवानी नाउ साइनिंग ऑफ. विल बी कमिंग अप विद समथिंग वेरी क्रूशियल. सुनीता मुझे बता रही है कि रिजल्ट आया है, तो जल्दी से हम लोग फिर से लाइव में मिलते हैं. वापस आ रहा सुपरग्रैट्स यूट्यूब चैनल पे. बाय बाय गाइस.